This is Smith & Wesson Model 351 versus Part 3. 351 versus Beretta Bobcat. A comparison. Let's hit the range. Ready whenever you are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, this is Beretta Bobcat 22 now. Now I have 6 in the magazine and 1 in the pop tip-up barrel. It might technically hold 1 more in the magazine, but I can't remember. So we're just gonna go with 6 plus 1 here. And I'm gonna shoot at our top target. First shot will be double action. Wow, the sights on this are so tiny compared to the other ones. Failure to feed.
And that's why you get the revolver.
Oh, I miscounted. 1 more. Of course, no hold open on empty. I only have 1 magazine, so that don't make much difference. Actually, pretty good group out there.
Yeah, not bad. Anytime.
Okay, you were way faster. 2.81. You were significantly faster than me in your splits, definitely. And all 7 on the paper. For our next test, I am going to do 8 rounds of Federal Punch. This is their 22 defense ammo designed for a short-barreled pocket 22. The crew and I don't think this Beretta will make it through 8 shots without a failure. Let's see if this punch ammo proves me wrong. I'm going to shoot at our top target. I'm ready. Go ahead and hit the button.
Anytime. Here it comes.
Okay, that might actually be on me.
Ready?
Okay, I am ready. Okay, we're saying that's not on me. Failure to eject on both those rounds.
Change the ammo in it.
Let me do 1 more shot just to make sure.
Okay. You want me to try it, the time, just in case?
No, we might as well skip it at this point. I think the damage has been done. Yeah. Does not eject. Okay, well, we were right. I didn't think we'd be that right, but
I just had a feel that was going to be skunky.
it's almost like we've had problems with this ammo before. Okay, let's try the Winchester Silver Tip. I don't think this is necessarily specifically for a short-barreled pocket gun, but it is their Winchester's Defense 22 ammo, so let's see if it does better. I'm gonna put 6 in the magazine and 1 in the tip-up barrel, and we can time this one, hopefully. I am ready whenever you're ready.
Okay. Here goes.
Okay.
11 seconds.
Slightly better than the Federal Punch, but I think what we're seeing is just the 22 in a semi-auto sometimes is not that great.
I think you gotta do it with the.
I want to do the Federal Punch, the last 5 that I have out of our Ruger.
You want to try some good ammo out of that Beretta?
Oh, I have, yeah, well, okay, 6, 2. Good ammo. 4.
I bet it works better with the Thunderbolt.
5. Okay, we're gonna do 6 plus 1. I am ready whenever you're ready. Count those first 6 because that was my fault.
Well, what I can tell you is that your first 6 shots were about 3 seconds.
And I was going not as fast as I possibly could, but I would say a measured fast.
Yeah, and it's still.
It was 100% reliable.
What's that?
100% reliable with the good ammo. I better hold up the box so people know what we're talking about.
The ammo that always works.
100% reliable with the good ammo, as the crew calls it. I'm going to do the last 5 out of our LCR, just so that way I can get rid of the box. Okay, I think we are ready.
Okay.
At least it works out of a revolver.
It's 2.49. That's not bad.
It's pretty good.
What did I shoot the 8-shot?
2.3. We're going to take our first break from the range to break down some of the numbers and differences between the 2 firearms we're looking at in Part 3. The Smith & Wesson Model 351 PD is a airweight 7-shot snub-nose rimfire revolver chambered in .22 Winchester Magnum. It is 6.19 inches long, 4.75 inches high, 1.3 inches wide, and weighs in at 10.8 ounces. The firearm holds 7 rounds of Winchester Magnum. Note, that does not mean you can safely shoot .22 long rifle out of it. It's not like 357 in that regard. .22 Magnum only. The 351 has a nice set of high-vis fiber optic front sights. The rear sights are a frame-integrated rear sight. Front sight, rear sight, not adjustable, though you can replace that front sight. However, in my opinion, that front sight for a factory front sight is an excellent front sight. Now, some people will also appreciate the exposed hammer on the firearm. That means that in addition to being able to use the firearm double action, you can cock the hammer and do a nice measured single action shot as well, which has a significantly lighter, easier to pull trigger compared to the, we're going to call fairly stiff but not outrageous double action trigger. It's on par with the trigger on my LCR. Not bad. Stiffer than a classic, early 1900s .22 revolver, but far from outrageous like we've talked about in part 2 of the video. Now we're going to shift gears for a moment and talk about a completely different style of .22 pocket carryable firearm, the Beretta Bobcat. The Beretta Bobcat 21A is a blowback operated semi-automatic pistol chambered in .22 long rifle. It is 4.9 inches long, 3.7 inches high, 1.1 inches wide, and weighs in at 11.5 ounces. The firearm does have a manual safety on the left side of the frame. You do have the option to carry this firearm either with the hammer down. It can fire the first shot double action, or if you want your first shot to be single action, you can carry with the hammer back and the safety on. It can safely be carried in such either fashion. Another feature I like that others call quirky is this tip-up barrel. I think it's actually very nice that you can both load the firearm, unload the firearm, and verify the firearm is unloaded with a magazine empty and tipping up the barrel without having to articulate the slide on the firearm. The sights on the firearm are very minimalistic. Some people, they're going to leave a lot to be desired. Others, they're going to be adequate. They're very small, very hard to see, though I do think if you can see the sights on the firearm, because they're so small, you can get a nice pinpoint shot on a measured shot. So you sort of got, a positive and a negative in that regard. In addition to that neat pop-up barrel, the firearm is magazine fed, comes with a single stack 7-round magazine. Maybe you can get aftermarket ones that hold one more, I'm not sure. We're going to take a break from the numbers now for a little more range time. Alright, so what we're going to do here today is, there's some geese right there, 2 of them. We are going to test out, and we've already tested these out quite a bit, but for part 3 supplemental, we are going to shoot the Bobcat, the LCR, and I also brought along the LCP for comparison's sake. We're going to shoot at, depending on what's available, either 15 or 25 yards today. Just doing a pure, how many hits can I get on an 8-inch target at 25 yards with the Pocket 22 to comment on the accuracy potential of the firearms. And we might even, if time allows, are we here? Oh, we're here early. Okay, I think we'll be okay. If time allows, do a 50-yard shot. Looks like we can do 2 targets today. Yeah. That's all right. That'll be fine. All right. We are at 25 yards, in case you're wondering. Here you can see it on the ground here, 25. I got 25 on it. All right. Okay, we are set up at 25 yards. It's going to be a little tricky. I didn't think the target was going to be that high in the bay. What we're going to do here is I have 7 shots plus 1 for our Beretta. We have a 10-shot magazine for our LCP, and we're going to shoot an 8-shot cylinder from the LCR. I'm going to do the LCR first, and we're going to shoot at the bottom target with the LCR. Here we go, 8 shots, 25 yards. This is double action only. Okay, that was CCI Stinger. Let's see if we hit it all. I think maybe 1 hit just above the bullseye. It's a little chilly out today. I'm going to use that as my excuse. I'll put my gloves on for round 2. Okay, we're going to do the Bobcat next. Use the good ammo. This is a Remington Thunderbolt. I'm going to load 1 in the tip-up barrel. I'm going to shoot these at the top target. First shot will be double action and then single action for the ones after that. Here we go. My math was good. And as you can see with the good ammo, Bobcat works just fine. Looks like the majority of our hits were linked to the LCR target. Now let's do 10 with our LCP. I'm going to shoot at our top target again since we just have the two targets today and we can't run down and change them whenever we want. Here we go. Okay, and again, excellent reliability with the ammo we know it likes. We have at least one hit on the bullseye. I think we put, I'm going to say at least 4 on our intended target. Good times. It's a little chilly out. And my hands are starting to go, my fingers are starting to go a little numb. So we're going to put the gloves on. It's not so much the cold, there's like a slight breeze that has a definite chill to it today. Okay, so we're going to repeat our test here. This time, all 3 firearms will have, quote, the good ammo, the Remington Thunderbolts in it. I'm going to do the 8 shots with the LCR, this time at the top target, since I think that one has less hits on it. Here we go. Okay, we'll have to review the footage. I won't be able to tell at all if anything hit the target with how many hits are on there already. Let's go to our Bobcat now. We're going to do same thing, 8 shots. Same ammo, Remington Thunderbolt. Same top target. This time all 8 shots will be single action. All right, here we go. All right. And now we're going to do 10 from our Ruger LCP2. Same top target. Same Remington Thunderbolt ammo. Those 2 failures are where it locked the slide back on me. I don't know, it's possible I hit that. We'll have to review the footage. And we'll also have to review the footage for if we have any hits on the target. comparison's sake, since we got time on the clock apparently, technically a pistol. We'll do 10 shots with this pistol. Sweet, and our red dot's even on. Here we go, top target. Safety's on. All right, here we go. That was weird. All right, let's look at our targets. And then we are going to push it back to 50 yards and see how we can do. If we can even hit the target at all with our little pocket guns. All right, most of these are likely from the pistol. You see, we definitely got some hits on our lower target. I think quite a few of those are from the Bobcat hitting low with the Thunderbolt ammo at this distance. Okay, let's go out to 50. Okay, so I bought these hand warmers, Heat Factory. They seal them in the package. Worthless. They don't get warm at all. I don't think they get any oxygen. So heads up. Hot Hand Warmers is the brand where it's at, in my opinion. Not Heat Factory. This explains why they were on sale at Tyson's last weekend. Okay, here we go. 50 yards. Okay. All right. Live action. I am going to predict 4 hits with the LCP2. No hits with the Bobcat because it's probably going to shoot low. And 1 hit. I'm going to be generous. 1 hit with the LCR, I'm going to say, at that distance. We shall find out soon enough. Alright, so I don't know how long target practice will last. Apparently the cold has killed second battery instantly. We're going to do our 8 shots with the LCR. I'm going to aim again at the bottom target. And because this has the advantage of being able to shoot the CCI Stinger, I am going to use the CCI Stinger out of this ammo. All right, here we go. 8 shots, double action, bottom target, 50 yards. Oh, that's way off. Survey says we have 1 hit on the target. Hell yeah, mother trucker. 50 yards. I'm gonna take it. Amazing. I'm gonna rotate camera up slightly. Okay, now I'm gonna do 10 shots. LCP2. Top target. This has the Thunderbolt ammo. Let's see how it does. Oh, 10, my bad. Okay. Survey says 2 hits on the target at least. With 2 hits donated to the LCR target. All right, let's see if the Bobcat can keep up. I'm going to shoot at the top target again. All of these shots will be single action. All right, let's see how it did. I think we put one just below the bullseye. And maybe a couple more donated on the LCR target. All right, I'm going to keep the camera focused on our top target. And we are going to do, hopefully, 10 shots with the CCI Stinger. We'll see if it works out of our 15-22 pistol. I'm going to aim at the top target. Here we go. Okay. Worked well. Did it hit the target? Oh yeah, it hit the target well. Good times.
A few moments later.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so Freddy gets his biscuits. We have reached the conclusion to today's video, as well as our 3-part Model 351 Versus series. Before we get into the talking part, let's first give a quick shout out to our friends at Daryl's Gun Shop and Range for not only letting us film there, but also helping find some of the firearms used in this series. Thanks, Daryl's, you guys rock. Also, thanks to our friends at Banner Shooting Range for being a fantastic facility to practice at and also film channel footage at. Resources like Daryl's and Banner make this sport and channel possible. In the first half of today's video, we saw the 351 versus the Bobcat as a way of discussing the advantages and disadvantages of a pocket rimfire revolver versus a pocket rimfire pistol. We expect with the 22 Winchester Magnum, we should be getting more muzzle velocity and more impact energy compared to 22 long rifle. Keep in mind, this is a subject we will be revisiting this spring or early summer with either a ballistics gel or a meat target test. Let us know in the comments which you would prefer to see. Besides the 22 Magnum advantage, one big advantage of the 351 over something like the Bobcat, or even our 2 special guests in today's video, the Ruger LCP2 and 22 long rifle, and the Smith & Wesson 1522 pistol, is reliability. Thus far, the firearm has been 100% reliable, even in the previous round of supplemental footage that had camera issues and didn't save, which we shall refer to as the lost footage. In a previous attempt at adding footage to this series, the crew and I did some tests against silhouette targets at 15 and then 25 yards. Shooting both the LCR and the 351 double action, we had comparable results at both 15 and 25 yards. Indoors, I was 8 for 8 and 7 for 7 in the 9 ring or better at 15 yards, 5 for 8 and 5 for 7 in the head at 25 yards. That was all double action. With our previous experience firing the LCR and the 351 side by side at 15 and 25 yards, double action, and having comparable accuracy, I'm confident in saying for myself, had I had access to the 351 for another round of filming today, that the results achieved when firing double action would have been comparable to what we saw today with the LCR. Because I did not have access to the 351, mostly due to the weather and the quick film session that meant, I substituted the LCP-2 in 22 long rifle for those who might have longed to see that in place of the Bobcat. It also afforded the Bobcat the option to show that it's not always irreliable like the crew lets on. With ammo it likes, in this case what the crew calls the good ammo, Remington Thunderbolt, that ammo always works well for them. The Bobcat can be reliable for a 22 rimfire pistol. In similar fashion, we saw the LCP-2 isn't always the belle of the ball. Some viewers will likely notice and wonder why I didn't shoot the CCI Stingers out of the Bobcat or the LCP today, but I did shoot it out of the LCR. While I prefer mini-mags, Stingers are what are in stock right now in stores around me, and I knew from our lost footage session that neither my LCP nor my Bobcat are much fans of it. My LCP can use it, and it seems to be accurate out of it as well. I mostly used the Thunderbolt out of the LCP and Bobcat because I knew it would work. Maybe not 100%, but good enough for today's purpose. For a defensive carry 22 rimfire firearm, one important thing to find is ammo that works in your firearm. Just because my LCP prefers mini-mags and is not a fan of Stingers doesn't mean yours will have the same preference. Don't just carry some ammo because some random comment on Reddit had a glowing review. Make sure the ammo you choose works reliably from your firearm and is accurate. Now, along with knowing your ammo works from your rimfire, you should also make sure that ammo has a point of impact that lines up with your sights. On some firearms, you can adjust sights to match the point of impact, but on something like the 351, the Bobcat, the LCP, the LCR, with their fixed sights, you don't have that option. Not all ammo will have a point of impact that lines up with the sights. For example, CCI Stingers are right on out of my LCR, while CCI shorts are 3 inches high and 3 inches to the right. Now when it comes to the firearms in the video series, let's start to sum things up first with the 351. The Smith & Wesson Model 351 PD is the lightest of the firearms in this series. With 7 shots of .22 Winchester Magnum in an airweight J-frame snub-nose revolver, one has a nice combination of lightweight, reliability, and easy-to-use firearm. It doesn't have the same capacity of a newer, micro-compact double-stack pistol that are popular today, but for most people who are looking at a revolver, are looking more for things like reliability, simplicity, and ease of use over maximum capacity. The 351 is a nice option for those people. The LCR has many of the same pluses and minuses going for it. It is a little heavier than the 351, but with that little extra mass, you get less felt recoil. Representing the semi-automatic pocket pistol class in rimfire, we have the Bobcat. It weighs slightly more than the 351. Being magazine fed with a tip-up barrel, it's quicker and easier to reload. Being double action, in the event of a misfire, you have the option of pulling the trigger again and seeing if the round will fire. On something like the LCP, you don't have that option. While I think the Bobcat is more ammo sensitive than the LCP, I'd put the LCP in the sensitive ammo boat. It's not as sensitive, but it still can be picky. With the 351 and the Bobcat both having the option to do a nice measured single action shot, one thing we see that some will find unexpected is accuracy. Maybe a little low with Thunderbolt, but at both 25 and 50 yards we put hits on our 8-inch targets with all 3 pocket 22s we fired today. Comparing that against our 15-22 pistol, we see the larger firearm with its red dot had some advantages that it made it much easier to hit the target at 25 and 50 yards, but we were still able to hit that target at 25 and 50 yards with our pocket firearms and their iron sights. One interesting observation is one of our shots at 50 yards with the LCR hit the top target. On our follow-up LCP shots, the 5th LCP shot went through the same hole of that LCR shot. Our first Bobcat shot went through the same hole as the second shot from the LCP. I have no idea what the odds are on that, but it happened. It's on video. Good times. Well, anyway, I hope you found this video useful and this video series useful. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day.